Good afternoon again. The final item I will bring to you, Madam Chair, members of the board, and Superintendent Davis, is regarding our FY23 budget priorities. In last month's report, I provided you all an overview of our FY23 budget development calendar, as well as the sequence of events and the timelines that take place in that cycle. And today I'm going to provide a brief report on the budgetary priorities that will be top of mind as we enter the active development of the FY23 budget season. I'll begin by highlighting with the foundational work this board has done to ensure we have a clear compass that guides the prioritization of resources. Board, your leadership and your unified governance allow our system to approach this budget season and future budget seasons with a long-term budgetary planning strategy, one that allows us to think through sequential and sustainable investments that deliver on this board's beliefs and our community's desires for our school system. The first budget priority area I will highlight is anchored in the board's belief that effective teachers, leaders, and staff produce excellent results. And over the last 5 budget cycles, the Henry County Board of Education has demonstrated its commitment to recruit, support, and recognize and retain employees by making significant investments in competitive compensation. Board, we have heard your remarks today and in prior board meetings and prior public discussions, and it is clear that you are unified in your desire to continue to improve salaries and supplemental wages for the employees of Henry County Schools. The board has also expressed its understanding and commitment to ensure sustainable investments are made. In accordance with the strategic action plan adopted by the board, a compensation and classification study has been launched to support the identification and prioritization of competitive compensation investment opportunities. The study is ongoing and will include all job families, but preliminary insights guide our understanding of urgent consideration opportunities in teacher salaries, paraprofessional salaries, and position supplements such as athletics, fine arts, and other programmatic supplements. This study will allow the board to holistically assess the superintendent's budget recommendations in the context of the external labor market and set target compensation goals for all job families. With these goals established, a multi-year plan can be designed to ensure we make progress not only this budget season, but in future budget cycles to come. The most significant part of a school system's budget is the investments that it makes in personnel. And we know that our system's ability to attract and retain the best that the profession has to offer is key to advancing opportunities, access, and outcomes for our students. The next budget priority area I will highlight is the investments required to operationalize Year 2 of the 5-year Community-Inspired Strategic Action Plan. The board's strategic plan, as inspired by the voices of this community, positions our organization to make strategic investments. A detailed review of strategic action tactics has been performed, and a preliminary investment of $15.2 million has been identified. The bold actions and efforts that are designed within the strategic action plan for the FY23 year are vast, but I've highlighted some of the investments needed to deliver on our plan, such as supporting the addition of school-based staff to advance learning and experiences targeted areas such as computer science and choral, investing in performance and accountability reporting systems, strengthening our district's translation capability for our diverse and growing community, installing single-point access systems at all schools, and modernizing our business and energy management systems. The estimated investment of $15.2 million considers information known today and will be continually assessed during the FY23 budget development cycle. As we progress through the budget development period and gain more insight on our revenue picture, the board will be presented with a recommendation to allocate funding from the General Fund, Special Revenues Fund, and Capital Projects Fund to support these projects. Ultimately, the investments this board will make will ensure that teachers, leaders, and staff have the resources necessary to meet the commitments this organization has made to our community, to ensure that we advance learning, opportunities, and experiences for all students, that we advance effective school leadership and instruction, that we advance connectivity for our families, students, and employees, that we advance health and wellness supports, and that we advance a high-performing operating culture. I'll conclude with a reminder of some key timelines within the budget calendar. The 2022 Georgia legislative cycle started today, January 10th. In next month's meeting, I will bring the board a summary of information from the legislative session and insights from our local context that will shape the FY23 budget outlook. We anticipate presenting a tentative budget and holding the first of 2 budget hearings on April 18th, 2022. The second budget hearing and final adoption of the budget will be planned for May 9th, 2022. Madam Superintendent, that concludes what I've prepared, and I yield the floor to you.